Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wano video. As with the Southag DLC we got a lot of new units in the game and there are a lot of cool ones as well. And there are a couple of obvious ones like the F-18, like the ADATs, but there are also a couple more unique ones, and today I want to go over my top 5 new units. Let me know down your new units down below, which kind of fancy new stuff you like. And yeah, I will go over mine and a bit of background to them as well. So let's get going with spot number 5. And spot number 5 is a relatively obvious one, and one that has already brought a lot of attention to itself with the CL-289 and by extension all fast recon drones, just the CL-289 here as representative, because it is the coolest looking in my eyes and also the most modern of the bunch, which actually had active data link integrated. It is a bit of March to War. It only was employed by the Germans in 1990, but it is a really cool little recon drone that was used actively in Yugoslavia in the 90s. But outside of that, didn't really see much servers. Actually flew quite little in the German servers, but in game, it's really good. It is a bit too good. Eugen already announced that they will look at it, and it likely is going to get some changes in how it can be shut down. Because currently, it is a really, really fast drone that can fly over there early on and spot the enemy and give you a lot of intel. And it is somewhat hard to shoot down because radar A can't shoot at it, so you can only really effectively shoot it down with planes. Because non-radar A has a hard time getting on target against it because it flies over them so quickly. So something there has to change a bit. We will see how that goes. It is not as overpowered in 1v1 as people make it out to be, I think, because its turn radius is actually quite long and it can't stay on the battlefield for all that long with 90 seconds autonomy. But it is still a really useful tool, and for sure a bit underpriced or too high in availability for its current stats. We will see where its future stats will be. I'm excited either way because these things are really cool and a nice addition to how you can play Wano, and a new cool mechanic basically added into the game that I like a lot. I already liked the first iterations of drones. This one, in my eyes, is even cooler. And spot number 4 is the SVO in First Tankova for the Czechoslovaks. And this is a mine clearing tool based on the BMP-1. And we already got a couple of mine clearing tool units with 2 big rockets that they can fire. But this one is a bit special, and it ends up being the small brother of the Buratino. It's the real Buratino in the game, as this one has 24 rockets. It fires them really in a decent speed, and it fires them all in one salvo. It has the limited range of 1,750 meter range, as the other mine clearing tools have as well, but with this much firepower over a good radius, pretty big radius, they can clear out towns quite well, and it's an interesting little unit. The mine clearing tools in general, obviously, a bit more represented in the game, but this one is a nice way of smacking up towns, killing off enemy infantry. And it looks fantastic when it does as well. So yeah, nice little addition to the game. Cool little representation of a unique little vehicle that the Czechoslovaks did build on the BMP-1 chassis here. And I really like the looks of it in general as well. Though it is looking a bit different IRL, there are some good pictures out there in the internet. The chassis looks right, the way they store the rockets is not quite. But let's move on to the next one. And the next unit is not even in the DLC itself. It came as a free edition, though it has a DLC variant as well with the mod rifles Erics, but that's the Paramarine Erics, and the Erics launcher in particular on these units, as this is a really cool new anti-tank unit for the infantry, and gives 11th para really that kind of unit that it needed to help out its infantry a bit, gaining more control over area. The Apilas already is good. The Erics gives it a bit more range, and the 26 pen is absolutely nasty. That thing can one hit kill 12 frontal armor units, and everything below does die one hit to the Erics, and this is massive. It's also 2 shots a lot of the high-end tanks as well frontally. So the Erics, really a fantastic weapon. The mod rifle Erics in the Canadians, a really, really helpful unit as well, coming in the Grizzly can lock down a flank quite nice against enemy breakthroughs. And the Paramarine Erics, as I said, that is a fantastic anti-infantry unit as well. Though the launcher is the special thing that really helps it out. And that little ATGM, the range obviously still lower than the Dragon, but it has way better penetration than the Dragon or the Metis. And that really makes a world of difference. Like, any tank has to fear this thing, and that makes it really, really cool. And I love using this thing in both the divisions that it comes in, so that's why it is here on spot number 3. And on spot number 2, we have another special little variant of an old packed shitbox. This time it's not the BMP-1, but the MTLB that got converted into the B-Man. And the B-Man is absolutely unique and really cool as well, as it has 2 different kind of rocket pods on top. The very good optics is pretty nice. The Dazzler trait can be helpful sometimes if you get shot by ATGMs. Smoke would be better, but I take it over not having it. And the rocket pods themselves, the first 2 rows are HE rockets, 24 80mm HE rockets per salvo there coming out of those. But the more important ones are the lower ones, as those are direct fire smoke rockets. And this means that this thing can lay smoke fields really, really fast. Coming in 31st tank movie, which comes with a lot of T-72s, which aren't really interested in getting closer to the enemy and getting over the ATGM gap or the 2275 meter range advantage that some tanks have. This is really powerful. You can set up really cool pushes with it, and the rockets themselves also great on dealing with infantry and dealing with light vehicles. So B-Man really versatile, key unit for the division, and kind of the unit that makes the whole division work different compared to other divisions, and really in my eyes the unit that makes it unique, and in general a really cool new playstyle, and I love the B-Man. So let's get to the final spot. And on spot number 1 are the German Hochgebirgsjäger, as these special forces are really, really cool as well. They are absolute infantry elite machines, and their traits are fantastic as well. They come with forward deploy and shock and special forces, so that's already a good combination. And then on top of that, they have the Mountaineer trait. And the Mountaineer plus Special Forces trait means that these guys are sprinting like Usain Bolts. As the Special Forces are already fast, because Special Forces gives them a speed bonus based on their veterancy. And the Mountaineer traits means that they don't get a speed penalty in forests. So this means these guys can stalk any enemy infantry through the forest really easily and outrun them. The only thing that would make this unit even better would be an anti-tank weapon. I feel like if they would have Carl Gustav instead of the Satchel Charge, they would be the best special forces in the game, because then they could also hunt down enemy vehicles in forests and just run them down, because they would move faster than a good couple of tanks in the forest with their high speed, and that makes Hochgebirgsjäger a really, really unique unit, a really cool one. You can move around with them a lot, and the general weapon loadout of them is cool, and I just also love First Luftlande, and that we finally have a light forces West German division that was missing from the gameplay a long time, and we finally got it. And the Hochgebirgsjäger are the perfect representation of that. So that's why this is my spot number 1. Once more, guys, let me know down below what you think are the coolest units in the Southag DLC, and let's see you all in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.